LDMMAC. There's your boy, the Coach. You're live on the Coach Show, the Coach Show live. Ooh, boy, I can't wait to get home in time to talk about this. Hopefully I do. But I tell you what, guys, you know, this has been a trilogy that I gotta say is well worth it. And to be honest, I kind of want to see this a fourth time. But I don't know that Kamaru Usman will get that. Not for some time. Usman came in as a heavy favorite. Crazy, huh? Came in as a favorite. I mean, Usman was knocked out. He was put to sleep. And now he's a heavy favorite. Or he was a heavy favorite in his fight against Leon Edwards. Leon Edwards showed me something in his fight. And Leon Edwards showed me that you can't beat the heart of a champion. You can't beat the heart of a champion. That's what the great Rudy Tomjanovich of the Houston Rockets, when he was winning all those championships, that's what he used to say. You can't beat the heart of a champion. And those words are so true even now to this day. Leon Edwards came in with the mentality of a true champion. He was determined to do whatever he had to do to keep that belt. And he did so. Now, you have your pundits and you have YouTube personalities. You have a lot of people saying that this was a robbery, that Kamaru Usman actually won the fight. Well, you get in an argument for me. Who do I think won the fight? The first time I watched it, I actually thought Leon Edwards did win the fight 3-2. However, when I watched it a second time, I thought it was a draw. I watched it a third time, and I actually thought Usman won the fight. So what gives? These two, they're going to always fight in close competitive fights. They're going to always fight in close competitive fights. No matter what they do, the fights are going to be close and the fights are going to be competitive. But Leon Edwards was underestimated for the second time. Kamaru Usman underestimated him the first time. Okay? Underestimated him the first time in their rematch. And he underestimated him again in the second rematch. I wonder why. You know, in my breakdown in my keys to victory, I said that Kamaru Usman could not have a striking match with Leon Edwards. And folks, I hate to say it, but I felt like this is what Kamaru Usman proceeded to do. I felt like Usman wanted to see who was the best banger out of the two. And I felt like Kamaru Usman lost the stand-up battle to Leon Edwards. I felt like he lost that exchange. He lost the battle. He lost it. Usman did have points in the fight where he did rely on his wrestling. But I felt like that those points were just few and too little. I felt like Usman was more just really ready and just more comfortable engaging on the feet. But one thing I did see Usman do that I didn't see him do in the first couple of fights. Usman moved his head. It was a sight to see. He moved his head. But there were still times that Leon Edwards still caught Kamaru Usman with the head kick. Did Usman, I don't know, did he learn anything? Did he learn anything, from the fight? I mean, I don't know. Looks like it. I know he learned how to move his head. But where, in the whole stratosphere of everything, what did that get him? Did it get him the victory? Because you guys know as much as I know that when it comes to, fights, championship fights, the judges, they're going to more so favor the champion. No matter how close the fight is, no matter how good, you have to go in and you have to convincingly put on a dominant performance, or the judges, they're not going to give you a close fight. They're just not going to do it. One case in point now, one judge did give Carlos Esparza a win over Rose Namajunas, and their fight was fairly close because nothing happened in that fight. But that's one case out of many cases where the judges do not reward challengers for close fight. I mean, hell, we could even take the two fights with Amanda Nunes and Valentina Shevchenko to be an example. You can't beat the champion, guys, just picking and nitpicking. It's just not going to happen, y'all. It's not going to happen. So where does Kamaru Usman go from here? Well, he's going to go back down that ladder, or he's going to be not getting a title shot for a very, very long time. And, I think Usman now is 35 years old. And, guys, maybe Father Time has caught up with Kamaru Usman, too. Maybe. Maybe Father Time is cut out with him. Because, I don't know, will he have enough time in his UFC career to get another title shot? Will he? I don't know, guys. I don't think so. I think this may have been the last ride for one Kamaru Usman. I think this may have been the last ride for one Kamaru Usman. I like Leon Edwards because Leon Edwards is a man. He's a humble man. He's a hungry man. And Leon Edwards fights and fights and fights and fights. And he's fought his way up from the bottom. He's fought his way throughout his whole life. He's fought and fought and fought and just kept the same hunger and stayed patient and stayed humble. Leon Edwards don't have to talk a ton of trash. Rocky just goes out and just performs. He goes out and just performs. He goes out and does what everybody think that he couldn't do. Rocky fights against all of the odds and wins. This man beat Kamaru Usman twice. This man beat Kamaru Usman twice. And I want y'all to let that sink in. Kamaru Usman is a nightmare. His wrestling is on point. His knockout power, one stop punching knockout power is on point. Usman is probably damn near a complete fighter. One of the best fighters in the world. One of the toughest fighters to defeat in the world. Leon Edwards did it twice. I think Kamaru Usman has finally met kryptonite. Every fighter has a fighter that's kryptonite to them. Every fighter. I don't care who you are. Every fighter has a fighter that's going to take you and make you fight the fight of your life. Everybody. Every single solitary fighter in the world has that. Well, I know now who our kryptonite is here. We know who our kryptonite is here for one Kamaru Usman. And that's one Leon Rocky Edwards. Congrats to Leon Rocky Edwards for a very, very solid win. I'm done.